Let's start with the pre-operation inspection. This must be done by you, the operator, before starting your shift. Begin by walking around the forklift. Check the condition of the tires. If they are pneumatic tires, check for correct pressure. Also look for excessive wear. Inspect hoses, belts, and cables for cracks or signs of excessive wear. Inspect the forks for surface cracks, bad or cracked welds. Check fluid levels. Using 3 points of contact, climb onto the vehicle to continue your inspection. Check any safety equipment to make sure it's working properly. Turn the ignition on. Familiarize yourself with the controls. Check all gauges, warning lights, battery or fuel levels. Sound the horn. Test the lights. Raise and lower the forks. Test the brakes. Check the steering and backup alarm. After the forklift has been inspected, move it from its inspection position and check the floor for fluid leaks. If you find anything wrong during your inspection, you must not operate the forklift until repairs have been made. OSHA does not require written documentation of the daily inspection, but a checklist can help ensure that no steps in the inspection are accidentally overlooked. It's important to recognize that operating a forklift is much different than operating a car. Looks can be deceiving, and here's why. A large counterweight mounted on the forklift ensures that the weight of the load and the weight of the forklift will remain in balance at all times. So while a forklift is probably smaller than your car, it can be up to 2 to 3 times heavier. Automobiles have a 4-point suspension system. Forklifts use a 3-point suspension. In order for the forklift to remain stable, the center of gravity must remain inside a triangle formed by these 3 points of suspension. However, the weight, height, or position of the forklift's load, as well as its travel speed, can shift the center of gravity. And if the center of gravity exits the triangle, the forklift becomes unstable and may tip over. Another difference between a forklift and a car is maneuverability. Automobiles steer from the front. Forklifts steer from the rear, allowing them to turn in a much tighter radius. However, the rear end of the forklift will swing outward when cornering, so you must move to the inside when making a tight turn.
One of the things that I mentioned to operators of forklifts is that they keep in mind that a forklift pivots on its inside drive tires. So many times people think about the steer tires being on the back of the forklift. What's important that they remember is that it pivots on the inside drive tire. Just like a marching band, when they go around a corner, the person that's on the inside of that corner has to basically mark time. The person that's on the outside of the corner has to take very long strides in order to make the corner evenly.
When braking, the weight of the forklift and its load must also be taken into consideration. It's not as easy as stopping a car, so give yourself plenty of time to react by driving slowly in the first place. Once you understand the characteristics of the forklift, you're almost ready to go. But first, a good thing to do is read the operator's manual. Don't forget to read the warning labels, nameplate data, and other instructions on the forklift. Information about load capacity and other important safety reminders are found here. Always mount or dismount by facing the unit, using 3 points of contact at all times. Never jump on or off a forklift. If the forklift has a seatbelt, wear it. In case of a tip over, the seatbelt will keep you within the protective framework of the unit. If you try to jump off during a tip over, you could be thrown under the forklift or the load. This can be deadly. Before starting the forklift, refamiliarize yourself with the location of the controls. Never attempt to operate any piece of equipment that you're not familiar with. The operator's position is the only place from which you should start a forklift. Never start it while standing alongside or from any other position.